I'm so glad you decided to join me today. It is time now for our 9 for 9 with me, Pastor Karzadine. Come on in. Let's get started. Good morning, people of God, this morning. Good morning, this morning, Father. Good morning, Son. Good morning, blessed Holy Spirit. We thank you for joining us today, and you know what time it is. It is time for our 9 for 9 this morning. And this morning, we want to talk about this, the dirt of it all. Wow. We want to talk about this. Did you hear me? The dirt of it all. That grungy, grimy thing we call dirt, that thing that gets on our nerves because it's always in our homes as dust, that thing that we don't want to have people get on us, that thing called dirt, the dirt of it all. You know, from dirt we came and dirt we will return. This morning, let's talk about this. I want you to think about plants this morning and how they live in dirt. Plants thrive in dirt. Plants survive in dirt. They even prosper in dirt. Plants, they do. And plants are something that we love. We love to have. Many of us love to have them in our homes. We like to walk through the Lowe's or the garden shops and look at the different plants, the various plants. And oh my God, such a multiplicity of plants. So many to choose from. I don't know the names of most of them, but do I love them? Yes, I do. I have a kitchen window full of plants. Do I know the names of most of them? No, I don't. But they thrive in dirt. Do you know they need some sunshine as well? While those plants are thriving in dirt, they need some sunshine. They need some water. And those are those house plants. But do you know that there are plants, I tell you, that can go through the storms? They can go through the rains. And that dirt will sometimes surround them and be packed around them and hold them down. The dirt of it all this morning. Plants are able to start as little seedlings, and they have the ability and the capability of growing up and holding it down. Sometimes plants grow into tall, strong trees. And as we look around us, trees are planted, I tell you. But do you know that God first planted the trees? Do you know that God created the soil and the dirt? Do you know that from that dirt, He created us? Do you know that the dirt of it all is that we're dirt? We're dirt. We're dirt. And the word says that we are all born in sin. That's dirt. That's dirty. But the dirt of it all this morning for us is that even with the plants, they will even come back after they've been pulled out of the dirt, after they've been rooted up, because some of their roots remain there and begin to grow even stronger. Sometimes plants have been washed away and you think that they're completely gone, or your yard man comes by and cuts down a favorite plant by mistake. But do you know if the root is still there, it will spring up again? Do you know that plants die out year after year, some of them? They die out when the cold comes. The cold freezes come and they kill the plant. But do you know if you keep nurturing that dirt, the dirt of it all is they will come back. Most times they'll come back, and they come back even stronger, even more beautiful than they did before. Plants, that's their natural environment, dirt. But the dirt of it all is that our natural environment shouldn't be dirt. Our natural environment is dirt, but our spiritual environment should take us to a new place. The dirt of it all is this, that when plants wallow in dirt, they grow. When plants get down and dirty, they grow. When we wallow in dirt, dirt wallows in us. Dirt corrupts us. Dirt causes us to go in directions and ways that we really don't want to go. We can't survive the dirt the way plants do. You know, when somebody says, I've got some dirt on my plant, it's okay. But when somebody says, I've got some dirt on you, we tend to shy back, to pull back, to wonder what's being rooted from our past? You see, the plants, when dirt is in their past, dirt is also in their present and their future. When we have dirt in our past, we want that thing washed away. We want it to go away. We want it to disappear. So we have to remember the dirt of it all is this. Once we come out of the dirt, we got to stay out of the dirt. We got to keep ourselves cleaned up. Genesis 3:9 does remind us that from dirt we came and dirt we will return. Do you know it says dust, but we know it's still dirt? The dust in your house is dirt. Do you notice that there's always dust? It's always around, no matter where you go. But when you see dust, what do? You tend to clean it up, to get rid of it, to want to make it go away. You don't want your house dusty and dirty. We sweep off our front porches. We get our yards cleaned up, trying to control dirt. Do you know the dirt isn't going anywhere? But let me tell you that there is a way to come out of the dirt for us. Dirt causes us to not thrive where plants thrive. Where plants can grow in dirt, we don't grow. We become stagnant. We become stuck. When our dirt becomes malice, when our dirt becomes gossip, when our dirt becomes lying or stealing, when our dirt becomes doing things that are uncomely, ungodly, when our dirt becomes doing things or saying things that we know are not pleasing, that we know may cut somebody up and cut them down. You see, you can cut that plant up, you can cut that plant down, but that dirt that plant is in is going to surround that plant and cause it to continue to grow. But when we're cut down, it begins to tear us down. It begins to kill us. And we're us, people, period. Us, United Saints, period, as they say. People shouldn't be cut down in the dirt. People shouldn't be pushed down in the dirt. But sometimes we'll push them down and we'll stand on their back. Listen, we've got to begin to pull each other up out of the muck and miry. God pulled us up out of the muck and miry, out of the dirt. He pulled us up. He cleaned us up. We want to help somebody else get cleaned up. The dirt of it all is this. If you're down and dirty, you're not of God. Sorry, I had to tell you that. If you're down and dirty, guess what? You're going to be down and dirty. If you want to just wallow in that thing that you know is not right, you're down and dirty. If you want to be like the world that doesn't see that there's a right way and there's a wrong way, you're down and dirty. If you want to come out of the bag, come out of the closet, do this, do that because everybody else is doing it, you're down and dirty. Listen, the dirt of it all is this, that we have to be washed. We have to be cleaned up. Many of us are struggling in our lives. We're struggling with our environment. We're struggling with the people around us. And we're struggling because we want to stay in the dirt, but we want to walk a clean walk. The dirt of it all is this. You can't walk a clean walk and play in the dirt. You got to come in off the playground, get yourself washed up, get yourself cleaned up. Listen, you can't play on the playground when you're in management. See, I can bring this thing to real life. You know that. When you're in management positions, when you're in a position where you want to grow, you can't play on the playground because somebody's going to push you down in the dirt. You see? You got to come off the playground, get yourself cleaned up, walk right and not wallow. Come on up, somebody. You know, I want to just tell you this. I want you to go to Ephesians chapter 4, and I want you to just read through that chapter. Study that chapter because it brings us so much for life. The 17th through the 20th verses is where I was focusing, and it reminds us that we can't be as the other Gentiles, that they have a futility of mind. Their minds are corrupt. They're dirty. They're wallowing in the dirt. Their minds are darkened, even in their understanding. They have alienated from the life of God. And that's the bottom line this morning. The down and dirty thing. The dirt of it all is this. In order to see him, in order to walk right, in order to have a prosperous life even here. See, the plants prosper in dirt. We don't. When we get down and dirty, the dirt of it all is, we go down. We struggle. We suffer from the inside out, in our mindset, in our heart, in our mouths and what comes out. The dirt of it all is this, that we have to be cleaned up. And we got to begin to walk like we want to walk with a clean slate. We've got to begin to talk like we want to talk with a clean slate. Leave the dirt to the plants. Come on in the house. Leave the dirt outside. Come on in. Leave the dirt where the dirt should be. You see, dirt does have a purpose, but don't let that purpose be you. Oh, good morning. Y'all know, already know. It's 9 for 9 and just a little over time this morning. So I don't want to be dirty this morning. I want to clean up and make sure that I'm not negative, that I'm positive. So you know today, you already know, I'm going to have myself a cup of this positivity. Won't you join me? God bless. We'll see you Thursday morning.